What's up YouTube? I am back with another one of my kit videos. This particular kit video is going to be a bit of a special one. So this is my new Tokyo Marui High Kappa 4.3. I've bought this because I've got a 4.3 Battlecat slide on order from the guys over at, or the guy over at High Kappa Hub. And I kind of thought it deserved a decent new build really. This is my old build. This is my old 4.3. It's pretty decent. Certainly never done me wrong. Done a few kit videos on it, but it's getting a little bit of a beating around the edges, and I just felt that a brand new Battlecat slide and brand new Battlecat kind of look, and then all the new parts which I'm going to be putting into it, just deserved a base which was a slightly less tatty version of this. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be swapping over. Not fully, because this is going to become my skirmish pistol, because what I've done, I've been upgrading so many of my pistols now, I don't actually have anything that I can use for skirmishing. So the bottom half is going to be the new skirmishing pistol. The top half is going to swap over, and then the new top half from here will come over onto here, making the skirmish pistol complete. And then the slide here, which contains all the good parts. You can see the prototype barrel I've got in there, which I'm testing at the moment. That's going to go onto the new one, and then we'll, depending on how we are for time, we may fit some new parts onto the new base as well. So let's do the really fun part, and let's unbox, oh my gosh, this new 4.3. So I got the 4.3 from Fire Support. Absolutely massive shout out to Jeff from Phoenix Airsoft for renewing my Yukara for me. I got in a real pinch. I didn't realise it had run out, so quick message over to Jeff. He fixed this for me. Thank you very much, sir. I owe you one big style. So here it is, new 4.3 base. I love the Tokyo Marui bottom half on these 4.3s. It's perfect. You cannot get better than this. So another 4.3 mag, which is super heavyweight in comparison to my nice lightweight mags. So that's going to go in the parts drawer as well, just in case I ever need it. And then I've got the ever useful unjamming rod, blank firing caps, and Marui BBs. In fact, they can stay in there. And then the rest of it can go over there. So I'm going to use that as a bit of a parts tray as I'm going. This is brand new. I've not even put the magazine in it yet. I do love the 4.3s. They are fantastic. Just the size of them, they're just nice. They're just nice to run. I don't like the fact you don't get as many FPS as you do with a 5.1. Hence why on my what I'm going to call my Gucci top half, you can see I'm running a slightly extended barrel, which has some external threads there, very much like the primary airsoft outer barrel, but it's not the primary airsoft one. It is a Make It 3D one, which Matt's looking at prototyping for me. I think this is about the final design. We're going to get it printed up properly, so that's going to be what I'm going to be rocking with this. And then I can run a 5.1 barrel through the middle, if you can see that as well. So let's start taking these down. I've got plans for what I want to do, where and how. I may have to nip and grab tools as we go. So, and I'm going to keep them separate. I'm going to have new bottom half this side, old bottom half this side. The finish on this actually looks slightly different. This one is a much more matte finish, and this one is a much shinier finish. So hopefully that goes through from one to another. So we'll pin out, pin that side, old bottom half, new bottom half. Ooh. Oh yeah, that's a good push. Pin out, new bottom half. So you can see in there it's still oily, and it's factory fresh in here. I absolutely love that. I love that factory fresh feeling. I'm just going to rub off a bit of the excess with my fingers here. I don't really care too much about getting rid of the excess at this point, because the oil's only going to help when I get the new Battlecat slide and I have to do fitment, and I'm racking it for like 18 years. So at this point, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to swap the new slide with the old slide. So, wow, there's a weight difference there. So The new slide is totally stock. That's pretty much how that's going to run. So I had a few upgrades which I've got laid out, and then the new everything, if you like, that's going to with the old slide will get swapped out. So I'm going to start building up onto this. So there are a few things I need to change as I go. So I'm going to start doing those. So you kind of actually get kind of 2 build videos in one with this. You lucky people, you. So first things first, because it's right in my eye line, I'm going to fit the, this is an Airsoft Surgeon STI Tactical Magwell. Now I'm going to be putting this on now more as a visual indicator, so I know which kind of lower half is going to be receiving what. Going to punch that out there and absolutely pray that I don't mess this one up while I'm on camera. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's out. It's always really relieving when you get that good solid click and clunk. Although it did come out a long way. There we go, she's in. Hold that down. Then the magwell just hooks on the front, on at the back. Then we just knock that extended pin straight back through. God, that was too easy. That was too easy. It's airsoft. Not meant to be that easy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to line up my punch. I'm just going to seat it, this pin. Not by doing that, that's gone far too far through. Now the problem is I can't do that again. So we're going to have to knock it through and knock it back in again. This is why you always get the right tools for the job. Always get the right tools. This job is so much easier with a proper punch rather than trying to use like Allen keys and stuff like that. So get a decent punch. Always use good tools if you can. Tap, tap. There. That might have even been a bit too far. Do we dare noggin it? I'm gonna try. Oh. Do you know what I'm gonna try? And if I screw up my magwell, it's definitely you guys' faults. Way back in. Too far again. Need to be gentle, Steve-o. Go gentle, my man. Gentle. There, that's the one. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I do want to get this absolutely bob on. I mean, that's just out there. It's just in there. Probably just needs like the tiny. It needs you to breathe on it just a little bit. There. So that's purple magwell on. I managed to make a bit of a hash of that one, so apologies. But you know, it is what it is. I've got that on a patch as well. It is what it is. Great saying. So spare pin can go there. I'm not going to use that. I'm not going to need that, but that will go in my spares box anyway. Next thing I'm going to swap over is going to be these grip screws. Obviously I've picked the Allen key, which is too small. This is more visual as well for me so that I can see which build I'm handling at any one time. So for grip screws, you don't want to do them overly tight. Over tightening them is like one of the worst things you can do because you can crush the frame, you can thread them out, you can kill the grip off, and especially with these are the AIP aluminium screws. Not my #1 choice of screw, to be perfectly bluntly honest. I prefer the Waldo ones, but Waldo's Thunderbolts are a very nice golden and kind of petroleum multicolour, whereas these are the purple that my slide is going to be in, so I would much rather stick with these. So that's one in, and again, you don't want to quite over tighten these, you just need to there. Just kind of like the lightest of pressure, and then when you feel it push back, that's enough, because it's aluminium going into, you know, plastic, steel, you don't need to destroy it with tightness. You know, having these dog tight isn't going to do you any good. Oop. So that's black grip screws off. Always bag all my spares, because you never know when you're going to need them. There we go. And then they just obviously don't sit right because you're doing it on camera. There we go. Try and move my fingers out of the way so you can catch that. So again, what I do is I just put the Allen key in, and then just very lightly with my thumb, just until it stops. And that's all you need to do for those. So 4.3, the mag catch there is a small one, so I'm not going to be catching that. This is going to be a build which goes with the primary adapter. What I did do on my old, I want to call it my old chassis, I've swapped the mag release with the one from my TM Gold Match. The TM Gold Match comes with an extended mag release. So I've swapped it out with this because this is going to be my Skirmish pistol, which I'm running on mags. So I just want to be able to hit that mag release when I want it a bit easier. Same amount of travel, just easier to get to, certainly when I'm wearing gloves. So swap that over. So for me, that makes it a much better Skirmish pistol as well. So for the bottom half, I believe my new bottom half is now done. God, there's so much grease and lube in here. That's going to need such a good clean down before I start fitting good stuff into it. So that's that to one side. I'm going to move these tools so I can see what I'm doing. Move the hammer. Shouldn't need to break anything else. So on to the next. Now, what I need to do is I need to start taking apart this assembly because I've got some very nice extras which are going to be going in here. So let's start installing those now. Oh. So, standard guide rod plug, standard recoil spring, standard guide rod which is just gunked up to hell. And that has a fairly big buffer on it as well, which is nice to see. And put that there so it doesn't get my mat too dirty. God, yeah, it's just disgusting. I'm just going to nip and get a cloth. Bear me 2 seconds. Right. Standard assembly back together. There we go. Whoop. Slide. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pull this apart. There's just so much oil around it. Get it off there. To be fair, that barrel's looking pretty nice. Let's get that moved. So, one of the first things I'm going to do now, I am going to get my super special hop-up screwdriver and crack this hop-up open. Oh, she's tight. That's a really nice sign. It's a nice tight hop-up unit. It's so tight that my super special hop-up screwdriver can't open it. There we go, we're open. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. Whoop. Split that hop unit. There we go, we've still got oil everywhere. I love TMs, but my God, they don't half come greased from factory. So, what we're going to do is we're going to pull this down. And we're going to clean this out. Quick swab around there, just to get the excess oil off it. That's done. I finally found a use for my 4.3 PDI barrel. This is the barrel which was originally in this gun, and then I decided that FPS was king. So I upgraded. That's going to go in the spares box. Now this has already got a PDIW hold attached to it. The barrel's been cleaned because I knew this was coming. What I'm going to do, I'm going to lean on my good friend Matt from Make It 3D again. That's the one. And I'm going to install that into one of his outer barrels. It's threaded, but I like the fitment on these better than the stock barrels, so we're going to go with that. So PDIW hold, slightly different to your maple leafs and that kind of thing. It's a slightly softer rubber, hops a little bit easier, probably gets on with the standard setup a little bit nicer. I'm not going to be changing out the hop arm or anything with this. It's just going to be, you know, fairly basic setup, to be fair. So we don't need to go mad. It is going to be a skirmish pistol, so it's not going to get pulled often. I certainly don't want to go dropping big bucks on it. There. Just nip these screws up. I don't always nip these screws like really super tight straight away. I like to kind of get it so far together and then just a quick check. Put some hop on, that might help. Magic, that's perfectly aligned. You can't see that, but the W hold gives a, pretty much as its name, it gives a W shape down the hop up rubber. So the idea is that you have kind of, rather than a straight like that, you have kind of like that shape. So then when the hop arm pushes, you get these kind of two claws which come down, and then your BB sits through the middle of them. Really good idea. It's the only one I've seen like it. I think someone has just made a split rubber. Can't remember who it is, might be G&G. But yeah, it's basically their split rubber design. That's good. I'm just not too sure on the alignment of the bottom of that rubber there. Yeah, that's going to be okay. There we go, hop up arms tuned a bit nicer now. The arms are a little bit off now. Nope, they're dead centre. Smashing stuff, so all I've got to do now really is tune them. Tune them, as in set it when I'm on site. So, Make It 3D barrel, thank you again Matt, awesome. The tolerances on these things are sublime. No rattle. No rattle at all from these things. Matt makes the best outer barrels I've ever had my hands on. So the only other thing, in fact that's not too bad. I am going to short stroke this as I put it back together, although I'm not too sure. I could do with pinching a washer from something. Yeah, okay, let's take it from that. So what I'm doing now, in fact I might just take the entire hop assembly from this. Oh, you bugger. Clunk, click. Put that there. Okay, we're going to take the 120 spring. See that? That'll hold up for a game. It'll hold up for a game at least. Let's chuck that out there. Let's get those. Let's get... Oh, how embarrassing. There they are. Let's get physical. That's kids watching the Minions movie. Set that in my head. Right. So I'm going to pull a soft. Yeah, let's pull a soft AIP rubber in the middle of those. Bonk. Bonk. I'll pad that out a bit. I'm going to put the standard one back in there. I'm going to put the standard one back in there. What's going to get more use? I can always move them. Right. So what I'm doing now, I'm just putting the standard recoil guide plug into the old top because I need a new spring anyway. I know I need a new 120 spring. and I'll also pick up a guide rod plug while I'm at it. So the new guide rod plug, just for longevity more than anything, will go into here, because I am building it for that. I'm building it to be a reliable piece. I could also put a stick of purple one in, I suppose, just to really perp out my build. So new guide rod plug, that's quite nice and lubylicious. And then I'm going to stick a couple of these short stroke rubbers on as well. The washer is really important so that you don't just destroy your rubbers with the end of the spring. The end of the spring digs in, it's going to cut through them and it's going to destroy them. So go for decent stuff always. Always protect it for what it is. You know, it's just a washer. AIPs are on there, they're a perfect fit. That's lovely. That's smashing. So then the only thing left for me to do really is to address that. I mean, that's not bad. It's not as fast as it could be, so we're going to sort that out. And we sort that out by going in the slightly smaller Allen key. Maybe not. Maybe so. Get the right size Allen key, Steve-o. There we go. Oof, just didn't like that. So this is all kicked off because I've modified all of my Capas. I had the 5-1 gold match, and then I said I wasn't going to modify my, well, I was going to modify my 4-3, which was going to be my sidearm. And then as I was modifying it, I got talking to Kyle from High Capa Hub, who's got availability on Battlecats for pre-order. Now Battlecats, even on a 5-1, are something special. On a 4-3, it's unheard of, so I just had to get on that train. So I ordered that, and then looking at it, it's like, you know, you need something fairly plain to be a skirmish sidearm. You don't want to get dirt and dust and stuff inside it. So that was when I bought the Golden Eagle and went down the Golden Eagle path. And now I'm at the point of the Golden Eagle, I actually like it that much. I've invested a lot of money into it. I don't really want to field that as a skirmish sidearm anymore. So the only option left to me was to get another sidearm, and doing it this way around was just the best way of doing it. So standard nozzle out. What I'm going to do is just pull that, flick it out. That thing can go into yonder, into the bin. Then we'll just check. Yeah, that's not too bad. It's quite lubylicious. It's very lubylicious, if I'm honest. Just take a bit of that lube from... Oh, you're going to come out? Yeah, there we go. Take a bit of lube away from that. Nothing wrong with that. Just take a dab off. We'll just take a bit of lube from that. Oh, yeah, that's quite lubed. Pop that back together. I mean, yeah, there we go. This is about the first high Capa that I've ever had, and I've took it apart before it's been used. All my other high Capas generally tend to get used straight away. They don't get this kind of level of attention pre-match, and that's only because of that we're getting lots of pre-match love. So the cynic in me says I probably should have opened this packet before starting recording. The anarchist in me says you're probably killing yourself laughing because I'm using pliers to open a goddamn staple. Bye. See like that, because I don't want the bits going anywhere. So what I'm popping in here is an AIP 140% nozzle return spring. These are a standard. I think these should be in everybody's book. In everybody's drawers. I think everybody should put these in. Get all excited and it fell off my stool then. So drop that in there. Oop. just gives the nozzle such a nice firm knockback. Then there is a fair bit of lube in there, but you know what, I'm going to leave it in there because it's got to bind in with that anyway. What I am going to do is move that puddle of lube off the back of the BBU. And in time this BBU will get swapped. It's plastic build, so I'll probably go for one of the Edge ultralights just to kind of reduce the throw on it, just because I can really. So what you shouldn't do is put your finger on the bottom of the nozzle like I did there and move the nozzle as you're doing this, because it will decide to bugger off into the ether. There we go. Oh, back end's in, front end's in. And you can tell that because then when you look down at it, there isn't a big swell in the side of your slide. It's all fit in nicely. Quick test. Loads better, loads better. So we'll tighten this BBU back in. When I do these, I always push up on the BBU as I'm tightening. I don't think it has any effect, but it lets me know that the BBU is going to be up high and it's going to clear these rails. It's just a habit that I've gotten into. I can't remember, I was watching someone's video where they took it apart, and as they put it back together, the BBU had just dropped by a few mil. And then when he put it back together, he realised that, and then he had to kind of go back and start again. So I won't be doing that. I've learned from other people's mistakes that good amount of pressure on the BBU, don't let it drop. There we go, don't do it too tight. Tight enough but not too tight. Flat bladed screwdriver, I'm going to drop that top screw in there. Again, the cynic in me says I should be Loctite in that screw, but I don't think I'm going to bother because these sights will, again, in time be swapped, hopefully with something 3D printed from my good buddy Matt. So, nozzle is going to move quickly. We're short stroked. We've uprated everything through the recoil direction. The only thing I'm not happy about now is the weight of this BBU and of these sights. That's just going to be something I'm going to have to live with until the next phase of upgrades. Stock nozzle, so we'll see how long it lasts. It's only going to be run on green gas, but we'll see. So we're going to jam those together, drop that in there, boink. So there we go. Except for that barrel ain't sitting in. There we go. Barrel's sitting in. So let's make them together. May just want to get rid of the metal filings in there, wherever they've come from. Never a good sign when you've got metal filings in your frame, is it? Okay, they're out. Just make that back together. Oh, there we go, there we go, there we go. Pull it back. Oh, did you hear that then? So that's the new pin. And that's the old pin. Or is it? Can't tell. That's a new pin. That's the old pin. That's why I split things, so I know which is what side. Quick test. Totally empty mag. That'll do me. That. That's 5.1. Look what I've been doing with that. Barrel thread adapter, AAP01 barrel. Got a PDI version coming. It'll be on another video. So here we go. We've got the old frame, totally stripped of its bottom end. I am going to put a magwell on here, I think, just to give it a bit of an edge. Probably the old 5.1 one, actually. Yeah, just to kind of send my grip into it a bit more. I do have my old Gold Match sight, which I am going to be swapping over. I've stripped this one bare at the moment. It's totally sanded down. It's going to get a few blasts of black, and then I've got some cow yellow fibre, green fibre to go into it, just so that everything matches and I've got a green front end. At the moment, I will put up with the white dot the way that it is. So there we go, that is my Skirmish sidearm. So it's a standard 4.3 from the outside, apart from the extended mag catch. But like we know, on the inside, we've got a little bit of upgraded front end gumph here. Upgraded outer barrel, inner barrel, hot bucking. She's ready to go and rip up this weekend. Speaking of which, I'm out this weekend, the 3rd of April. It is currently the 31st of March. Restrictions are lifting in the UK. I will be out on the 3rd of April. Trust me. So, let's put this other one back together. So I've got the other frame, which has got a tiny little dinkum along there, but I'll let it off. Don't care too much about that. That is ready. Ooh, quite a big cast line down that side. Nothing there. Quite a good example, I think, this one. Apart from that cast line there, that's going to take a fair bit of filing away, but we'll worry about that when the Battlecat slide turns up. So, note to self, I need to get a new recoil spring and a new guide plug. I'll get those on order with Kyle, because this isn't going to see the light of day for a little while yet. So we'll just drop that into there. See, there's no nozzle click with this either. The nozzle didn't seal. And there you have it. Brand new frame, brand new lower. Few uprated parts on the upper. She's ready for a Battlecat. She's ready for a new outer barrel. She's ready for a few other parts. That is me Skirmish ready now, guys. I am going out this weekend. I am going to be sniping primarily. May take the Polar Star M4 for a run, but even if I do, I'm going to have my belt, my battle belt on me, and I'm going to have this on me just because I do love the 4.3 so much. The lower has taken a lot of people out as I've been playing, so I'm quite happy with the lower. The upper, I just need to set the hop. The PDI barrel does the work. The PDI barrel does its time. It is a fantastic piece. So there we go, guys. Keep an eye on my channel. I'm going to do probably a few more update videos. Certainly once the Battlecat comes. Certainly once I get my custom barrel. That will all be featured on the channel. Can't guarantee that I'll actually do a fitment of said new slide because I want to get it perfect off camera. Then I'll bring it on and show you. Also, I will probably do a few updates with this as we get new parts on it. I have got the purple guide rod in here. Looking at this and thinking about this, I really do think that a purple guide rod plug would go well along here. So that may be a thing. God, I can't wait to use this thing. I can't wait for this thing to be set up properly and used in anger. So, as always, thank you very much if you've made it this far. Please do leave me a like, leave me a comment. Tell me if you liked it, tell me if you didn't, criticise what I've done or what I haven't done. And please, please, please do subscribe to me. I am trying to push up to about 100 subscribers by July. Every single one of you count, regardless to whether you're interested in my gameplay or in my tech videos or just because you love the sound of my voice. So thank you very much for watching this far, and I will see you soon.